Stitchers Calico here with an early October update. I was just going to do the Stitchy spot tag, but then I decided that I would just update you with what I've done so far. But first, right after I did my stash video, I realized there was a couple things I forgot that I have in my stash. And one of them is one that I've seen a couple of Flosstubers doing. I saw it and I just had to have it. It's this one by Bent Creek. Change it so you don't see the glare there. It's that cute little owl with the moon. I think is adorable. And of course, I got it and then I forgot about it and I had it stashed away. So I can't believe I haven't started this yet. I definitely want to start this one around Halloween time. But I did start a couple other ones, so I don't know. You can never have too many starts. So I'll try to get this one started. But while I was shopping for that one, I found this one also, which I think was maybe a 3-part series. I don't know if you can see it. What is it? It says, "When the owl and witch together are seen, there's mischief brewing on Halloween." See if you can get that without the glare. And that's cute. So it was released in several parts, and I just went ahead and bought all the parts, and it comes with these, try not to show the chart, but it comes with these little snaps and a little button there. So I'm excited to try to get that started too. I have to see what kind of fabric to use for that and get that going. And the other thing that I forgot that I just recently got is this here, and this was actually given to me. There was a gal on the Cross Stitch forum that was getting rid of her stash. She didn't like a lot of her stash, and she was so kind enough to put all of her stash up on the forum, and it was just kind of first come, first serve. I think she had a ton of stuff. I didn't get on the thread very quick, but when I went, this was one of the pattern books that she had left, and it's got those patterns and these. So, and you know, with my love of eagles, I would like to stitch one of these. Definitely. I think I really like, this is all real similar to the eagle pattern that I'm stitching. I love the owls too. Really neat. So that was so kind of her. Just pretty much cost the price of shipping, and yeah, she was very generous. She just gave away so many patterns and kits and things. So that was very nice of her. And I was excited to get that and have that to add to my stash. I don't have a whole lot that I've been doing since my updates, my last stash video, but I did, I think it was, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong, Lucy Slater. I was watching her video and she had talked about, she had ordered a frame, one of the Mill Hill frames, and that she was really disappointed with the quality of it. And I had ordered one a while ago and I never took it out of the package, so after I saw her video, I took it out to check mine, and sure enough, I am a bit disappointed for the price of the frame, that it's not as high quality as you would expect. So what I did though is I just quickly put my Halloween, I was thinking about ordering a black one. I think I decided on the red because I have my hummingbird, which has the red beads in it, and I have a chickadee pattern that I want to stitch that has red in it. So I bought the red frame to kind of swap them out in. So for now I have the Halloween the Halloween pattern that I stuck in the frame, so you can see. Probably would look better in a black frame or maybe a white one, but I just wanted to put it in here to try. So it doesn't come with any glass, which I'm okay with that part of it because it's only going to be displayed for just a short time of the year, and then I'll swap it out and I can, you know, dust it and vacuum it. But the back, I was a little bit surprised. As you can see right now, you have to supply your own. Okay, this is just temporary. I just put thumbtacks in there, and I'm not planning on doing that. I just haven't got to the craft store to find the little framing pieces. I don't really know what you need. I don't have any experience with framing, so apparently there's some little nails you can tack in there. But for now, just to hold it in, I put the thumbtacks. So yeah, it's a bit tacky, no pun intended. But anyway, nobody sees the back, and then it just has this dowel that you stick in that really doesn't even fit all that well for displaying, but it doesn't even have you know, the little hook on the top. I mean, I know that you can buy those, but you know, for the price of the frame, you would think that it would at least come with something to hang it on the wall, or something a little bit better quality than this flimsy little dowel. So I agree with her. I was a little disappointed in this frame. I mean, I could have went to the store and bought some wood and made something myself for probably a lot less money than I paid for this. But for now, it's displayed, and I'll just have that up there next to my husband picked this up at Costco, this lamp. Isn't that cute? It's just got a little, one of those battery-operated candles in it, and it's got this. Now, I have a lot of Halloween stuff I like to display, but right now, and if you hear pounding and stuff in the background, we're finishing our basement, and we have a plumber down there working right now. And I used to have all my stuff, all my Halloween stuff in bins in my basement. It was really easy to get to, and now it's all tucked away out in my shed. And I don't know how much of that stuff I'm going to actually get out this year. So as of now, this kind of wraps up pretty much my Halloween display for this year. But my son is kind of excited to get the stuff out, so I'll probably go dig out a few bins that have some stuff. And we like to decorate our porch because we get a lot of trick-or-treaters. Anyway, but he just bought that, so that one isn't packed away, and I'm able to display it. So, I like the witch. She's cute. Okay, as far as what I've been stitching since my last, I think I had mentioned that I started with I was working on Glory of Autumn by Dimensions, and I haven't quite finished a tree yet, but got about this much done on it, and then the colors aren't looking great. Really bright orange and red. I love this tree. Very cute, very pretty and fallish. And it's going pretty quickly. Bit of confetti, but not too bad. And I just have a few other colors to fit in there, and then I'll be done with the tree and start with the fence down below. But I got sidetracked when I was working on that because when I did my stash video, I had mentioned in the magazine that I found this owl that I thought was just dying to be stitched right here. And I said I wasn't sure I liked the bow tie that kind of looks like a mustache. So anyway, I pretty much had all the colors in my stash, and I had some DMC, 28 count DMC even weave, which I love. I'm using it for this. Hold on, gotta go get, okay, sorry, I had to get the door. So as I was saying, this owl that I was talking about that had the bow tie that I wasn't really fond of because it sort of looked like a mustache, and I was going to try to alter the pattern. So I started that, and this is what I've got done. It was such a fun, whimsical, and I say was because I'm actually almost done with it in about a week. I stitched this thing up so quick, and this is what it looks like so far. Hold it up. Not getting a lot of light. You can see. So all I have left to do is, so I just was kind of winging it here as to, you know, I kind of had to sort of guess where the top of his belly would go because that was covered. So I have just kind of temporarily left it that way. I'm going to do the dots on his belly. I just have his feet to do. I mean, I can probably finish this in an afternoon. I mean, it was lots of big areas of one color, so it was really kind of a no-brainer. I can just watch TV while stitching it, and just really quick. I'll probably finish that. And so I'm going to do his feet, and then look back at the pattern again. So these dots, sorry, my plumber, if you can hear that. Hold on. Sorry. He's almost done. Okay, so I have the dots on his belly here, and I'm thinking since I took away this part of the bow tie, I might be like doing some half circles up there, so I'm going to do that part last. I'm just going to kind of start to work up from the bottom and see where it ends up. So that was my first time altering a pattern. I usually just do it as it is, and that's that. It was kind of fun to do. So there's that start, and then another one in this magazine that looks like a real easy stitch, but I just love it. I love the colors. Is this one right here. And I have started that. I went ahead and ordered this fabric, and I ordered the hand-dyed, everything that it called for, except for black. I'm just going to use regular black, but I ordered the buttons, the hand-dyed floss. I think it was a combination of Weeks Dye Works, and I didn't bring them over here. Not Classic Colorworks, not Weeks Dye Works. Oh gosh, I can't remember the other real common hand-dyed thread company. Anyway, it'll come to me and then I'll just put it up here when it does. So this barely even got enough started to call it really anything but more than just a start. So there it is. Now, I was a little disappointed that the fabric doesn't look the same as it did in the magazine. In the magazine, it has sort of a, as you can see, almost, you could really see the lines and almost the crinkle kind of a tie-dye effect on it, and kind of lights and darks. And when I got it, it's pretty much the same color. I mean, it doesn't have kind of the variations in the fabric that I would have expected it to have. So it's called, how do you say it? Abacadarian linen or something. And who makes it? Okay, I'll put it up there as soon as I, once again, I'm not prepared. Anyway, that's my start right on the top of the pumpkin. And it's going to be another easy, quick one, I think. And oh yeah, and the other only thing else that I bought is I ordered from, I don't know, I think a lot of you probably watched the Real Life of Me. I think her name is Marika. She has these on an Etsy store with these needles, can't talk, with these needles, and I bought a size 26 and a size 24, and I love them so far. If you guys want to try some nice needles, and I thought it was a reasonable price, and she shipped them so quickly, so in these nice little packages. So I recommend ordering those. I'm not much of a needle connoisseur. I mean, I usually use the needles that come with the kits, so these are definitely a step up from that, and I really like them. I just never quite know what needles to use, and so I thought, well, they look nice, and I do like them. They work really nicely, so recommend those. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to attach on, after I saw the tag that Carrie did about the Stitchy spot, right when I was done watching her video, I just got up with my cell phone and I videoed I have about 3 Stitchy spots. This is one of them I'm sitting in right now, but I'll show you, I'll take a tour. And I think she also asks, if I could remember correctly, what we think our perfect Stitchy day would be. And I would have to say I kind of experienced that last Sunday. It was a perfect stitching hour I had, and I wish I had more of those, but it was kind of a day where I was stitching, and my husband was practicing his guitar, and my older son, he's 12, and he's learning how to code JavaScript, and he has a book that's kind of JavaScript coding for kids, and he had his laptop and he was sitting there doing that. And my youngest son, who's 10, was at the kitchen table with the Cricut machine. That's one of those machines that cuts all the die cuts and cuts shapes and things like that, and he was being all creative with that, and we were all together yet doing our own thing, and to me that was just perfect. I wish we could have more time like that, but most of the time we're running here, running there, excuse me, running here, running there, going to hockey, back and forth, my husband coming home from work, and one of us is taking one kid out the door, and on the weekends we have usually stuff to do, but the weather was kind of cold and fall is setting in, and we all just had our own things, and we were all just happily doing our things, but together, and that to me is a perfect Stitchy day. My second choice would be having a day completely by myself at home, stitching with watching old movies. I love old movies. Gone with the Wind is my favorite movie, and I would just put Gone with the Wind on and just forget about every responsibility I have in the world and stitch all day long without feeling guilty about it. I don't think that ever happens. I don't know if that ever will happen, because most of the time if I'm home by myself, I think I should be doing this and I should be doing that, and this is an opportunity to go through the boys' clothes and make donations and go to the grocery store and all those things that are also good to do when you don't have the kids around. So, but anyway, maybe one of these days I'll indulge and do that. So I'm going to go on and tack on my video, which ended up being a little longer, and I show more than just my stitchy spots, and I do keep saying how messy my house is, and trust me, it probably doesn't look as messy in the video as I keep saying it is, because I did some creative videoing and I knew exactly what areas of the house not to aim the camera at. So my house is very cluttered, especially since we're doing some construction in the basement, and like I said, there are a few areas of my house that look nice, and luckily those are my stitching spots. So because I don't like to be in clutter when I'm stitching. I think that's it. If there's anything else I need to say. Oh, and I wanted to thank everybody for leaving comments about my bird photos at the end. Oh yeah, I was going to have my camera and show you what kind of camera. A lot of people have asked me what kind of lens I use to take my bird pictures, and I have a, well, hold on, I'll just go get it. Okay, it's this lens right here. It's big. It goes from 50 millimeters to 500 millimeters, so I usually use the 500 millimeter when I'm taking pictures of the birds. So as you can see, and this thing is heavy. It's like carrying around a small child. So, and I have a Canon 7D is my camera. So yeah, this is it. It's a big lens. And that's what I use. So anyway, that's it. Enjoy my stitching spots, and I'll see you for my next update, which might not be till the beginning of November. So. See you later. Bye. Okay, here is my most common spot to sit and stitch, and this is just in our family room here. They're by a fireplace, and it's just a little corner couch here with a window. So my view from there, well, I can see over, not really the side of my house, my neighbor's house, and my deck is back there. But yeah, I just sit here with my bag, has everything in it, and I usually have my Kindle sitting there, and that's how I watch my Flosstube videos. And then my view from this room is, let's see, my big TV. That's it. And I'm not going to show you the rest because my house is kind of messy right now. So this is all you get to see, and that looks kind of messy right over there too. Anyway, yes, there's a TV. So basically, yeah, briefly see. So this is my other room in my house where I have my magnifier light. This room I don't sit and stitch as often because most of the action with my family is in the other room, and so that's usually, I like to be where they are. But I do like to sit here. This is a brighter, sunnier room, and this is where our little fireplace that I showed you last time we have sitting there, which is, you know, nice to have on and to sit next to. And then my husband has been probably the one playing our new guitar the most, so he'll sit in here sometimes after work if he's strumming on the guitar. I'll sit there, but my view from this place is the best because I can't really see through my filthy window, but we have a tree out there that turns, we've only planted that tree a few years ago, and it turns nice and red, reddish brown. But you can see my flower garden out there. Now my flowers are approaching the end, but this is my little, no, you can't see it too well. Next year I'm hoping these flowers are all going to be a lot bigger. They're all perennials. But yeah, I got my hanging basket there, and I live by like a green belt, and so I get a lot of foot traffic walking by. So if I sit here, well, there's our foosball too. So I can see the front door, my kids coming and going, or if they play with their Legos and stuff. So it's nice. I got the nice tree. I showed you earlier, right from that, we have a door that goes out to our deck right here with we have a nice little fire pit out here. And then this little spot right here is where I sit and stitch a lot. And you probably recognize that from a few of my videos that I made earlier. I sit in that spot there. And I like that. My view from there is pretty nice because I have my backyard and it's got lots of trees right now. And we have a trampoline. And then my husband built that clubhouse for the boys a couple of years ago. And so they play a lot back here. And then, oh, while we're at it, I'll take you on a tour of you can see, I don't think there's much bird action going on right there, but that's where my bird station is set up right there. I've got my bird bath right there that hangs, and it's got a little water wiggler in it, and then there's a little hanging kind of a suet feeder, and that feeder over there, and then over here in the bushes hidden about right there I've got another little Niger seed feeder. So this is usually a pretty hopping little area here with birds. Right now it's kind of late afternoon, so it's kind of quiet. And then there's always a squirrel that sits right down there at the bottom of my feeder, and waits for everything to drop. So that's that. This is my yard. We just had a bunch of landscaping and this patio put in this year. So anyway, more than a Stitchy spot, but there you go.